Yo, what's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earth Mac, the mad scientist.
And it's your boy Boogie Rockwater.
Vivo the vibe here.
That's right. This is Nerd Talk, man. Welcome back to the Orange Phoenix Media channel. And this is the show we always have every single Thursday. Before we jump into it, man, because obviously y'all seen the thumbnail, because over the past weekend, there's been a whole slew of gaming showcases and new announcements and whatnots. But before we jump into that, though, how my crew doing, man? How we doing out here?
I'm good, bro. I'm smacking balls and draining bucket holes on the green.
Oh,
I've been playing a lot of golf.
You play a lot.
I've been smacking balls. I've been playing golf, and I've been watching anime, bro. I've probably been doing more of that than I have been playing games. But I have been playing some games, and I will tell you, I come to find out that in my age, as I get older, the more I'm like on Kirito mode. You know what I'm saying? I like my single player games, bro. Which is why I'm so excited about all of these games that we're gonna talk about today, man. There's some fire. Yeah. But I've been playing Baldur's Gate again. I've been playing.
Don't say that out loud. Don't say that too loud.
You saw the reaction it got.
For reasons.
I've been playing. I know me. I should chill out. I've been playing that. I've been playing the EA Sports PGA Tour, the SimCity Builder, Rocket League. That's not, you play that game with friends. And I've been playing Civ again.
So you so much into golf that you actually been playing the actual video game. That's crazy to me. That wow. That's what's crazy.
Now,
like,
that's commitment.
Right?
I'll say it has improved my game because now I know, or now I'm starting to understand how to play my shots in real golf. Right? I'm learning how different shots are advantageous in certain situations. And it is helping me just play the course better rather than just hitting the ball somewhere where it looks like that's where it needs to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
So, and I've been going back and watching like the old Masters tournaments and shit like that. And before, don't get me wrong, I watch golf, and this golf is like, it's cool. You know what I mean? But now I'll be at the edge of my seat, grip. I'm like, nah, bro, you're not gonna make this putt. And I'm
on the green,
locked in, on the green. I'll be telling people to shut up around me, like they can hear me. You know what I mean? They're like, they can hear the people around me. I'm like, shh, he about to putt. It's funny, man. It's funny. But a lot of anime too. We just finished up season 4 of Demon Slayer, which I know last time we were talking about the Hashira training arc. And its accolades in the awards, but that shit was fire, dog. That shit was fire.
The training arc was?
Yeah, it was. It was fire. Did you see it? Did you watch it?
I read it. Like, I read it.
Okay.
I read it, but I haven't that's like at the bottom of the well as far as things for me to check out. You know, because there's other things that's out there. Obviously, with any action anime, right? There's a lull somewhere. There's like a slowdown. You know, it has to be a slowdown anyway. That would tells a really good story. But yeah, training arc, I was like, hey, I can come back to it once the next arc starts. I can go from the training arc to the next one, and I can like just binge watch it like that. Because since I read the manga, you know, and finished it, it's like I'm not in a super rush to actually say I'm gonna jump on this anime. You know, once it ends, because Demon Slayer is an anime. They've been nickel and diamond. They've been stretching this bitch out for a hot minute. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but for me, like as far as like playing games, I beat Expedition 33. You know, I could have beaten that like 2 weeks ago, but I'm out here exploring, and
I was about to say, what's
I
your
damn
teammates
near,
look like?
I damn near one shot at the final boss. I ain't gonna hold you. So I'm at a. It says on PlayStation 100%, but that's not accurate though, because there is one boss that's left, and he's a secret boss, and his name is Simon. And Simon is so strong that even the final boss don't even want to mess with him. Like he don't even go that way. He don't even go. He's underwater, so you have to fight him.
Water?
Yeah, Simon is underwater, so he has not one, not two, but 3 phases.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say testicles.
No. Why would I?
I don't know.
Well, I
That's
said
not intrusive thoughts right there.
Right?
I don't know. I thought that it's just.
So that been playing that. So I'm playing that. I've obviously been playing Capcom versus SNK 2. I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077. I jumped back on that. I developed a relationship with Panam, one of the characters in the game. So actually, she just hits me up and come over to spend the night every now and again. So I'm at the parade area. So I'm about to fight. I think Harada, one of the bosses in the game. So and he's doing some serious work. So I gotta do something about that. So playing that, and also I'm playing. The demo came out because of one of the games that's were announced. Is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. So the demo is out right now, bro, and I'm out here doing tricks to Lupe Fiasco Kick Push because that's on the soundtrack on the game.
Beautiful.
Right? And they actually announced that Michelangelo for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to be in this game. Cool. He has his own set of tricks and specials. And the Doom guy is actually on the game too. And he has his own tricks.
The Doom guy, you said?
The Doom guy. Yeah. He's out here skating. Guys, skating. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. But Vivo, what you got going on, man? What you been watching? What you been playing?
Haven't really been doing much of either because I was out of state. I went to Beyond Wonderland, so I was at a rave this weekend. So that was awesome. And I also got some training in, hit 170 on my bench, my board bench press.
Nice.
So we're gonna see how close I can get to 200 before my next competition. I decided that I will be competing this year. So
hell yeah.
But other than that, of course, just Baldur's Gate. I still play that. I haven't in a couple of weeks though, because I just haven't had the time because I've been tired. And I have got caught up on anime though. I've got caught up on Fire Force, Apothecary Diaries. What is it? A Brilliant Healer. What is that one? Hold up.
Is it one of those long titles? Like it's an isekai?
It's not an isekai, but it's one of the long titles.
Because when you say brilliant, I like there's about
that time I woke up and brushed my teeth and went to school and had a good day.
Yeah.
that's what the anime titles be.
I'm like, what? Speaking of new anime, while Vivo's looking it up, do you know that there's a trailer for a new Ronin Warriors or Samurai Troopers that's out today, and it's going to be a sequel? Yeah, that it looks pretty nice. Because I'll say if it's CG, I don't want that shit. I don't want it.
Right? No, sir.
Yeah, I don't want it. Not at all, man. And I can pull up that trailer like later on. After we cover the gaming stuff. What is it? What you got?
The Brilliant Healers: New Life in the Shadows. I like it.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
Okay.
Okay.
And then I need to still get caught up on Tegonia. Yeah, it's a new one. Teogonia, and One Piece.
I'm one episode behind on One Piece, and I can like watch that at any moment. I think I was going to watch that a few days ago, and then something else caught my attention. But I'm like one episode behind on that, so I'm good on that. I'm good.
Is it getting better?
Oh man, bro, they, like Egghead out in man, Kizaru in the mix. Yeah, like that's why I say Kizaru is probably like one of the most proficient devil fruit users outside of Doflamingo, because Kizaru is serious. Kizaru, he got the light fruit. He's a Marine officer with the yellow suit, with the smooth 70s glasses on. That dude, yeah, because he spent time on Egghead Island. He is a bad man, and he shows it in spades because he went toe to toe with Gear 5 Luffy.
That's a bad man. Well,
I can't ruin it. I can't say anybody. Somebody else shows up, and it's somebody that is higher ranking that only Marine officers can lay eyes on them. Anybody else below Marine officer is not allowed to see them.
Is not allowed to look at them?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sound fishy.
Sound fishy? You've seen them before. You've seen them before.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured.
Yeah. What was that event called with the Marines? Is it the Reverie? Isn't that what it's called?
I don't remember.
They had the Celestial Dragons, and they had like
all the heads of nations. The Reverie. Yeah.
Yeah. They were there. Yeah. So it's good time. It's good time. It's a good time.
Maybe I should pick it back up because I have, man. I just like I ain't been in that One Piece state of mind. You know what I mean?
I understand. I mean, when you look at One Piece, you know, you can always like go back to it. But man, you on Cake Island, bro. You got to dedicate yourself. you still like on Cake Island.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I still feel like never mind.
You got a journey on your hands. Because Wano's a doozy.
Yeah, that arc alone is like over 200 episodes. Well over 200 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
I just don't. I just feel like it's a little bit overrated.
What?
False.
Whoa. Hey, hold on. Wait.
I'll keep. No. I'll keep watching it. You know, I'm not saying that I'm not going to watch it. I just like where I'm at right now at Big Mom. I just feel like One Piece is overhyped.
Huh? Wait. What part of Cake Island you at, man? What part of Cake Island you're at?
I told you, like they just beat Big Mom. I just finished that arc, the Big Mom arc. So
so you passed that. So you passed the point where Sanji transforms and you get to learn about his family and all that other stuff.
Yeah, you know, so we're on that island, right? And then that ninja island.
Yeah, now you on Wano. So you on Wano arc. That's where you're at.
That's where I'm about to be if I continue watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big Mom's done. She ain't necessarily got defeated either, but you know, once you over there in Wano.
Oh,
yeah. Hold on. Luffy and Katakuri. I just thought about that. That was on Cake Island too. You slept on that?
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying like when people be like, "Yo, this is the greatest anime ever made," I'm like, I don't see it. I like it. It's good. I'm not saying it's a bad anime. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't understand the hype. You know what I'm saying? I just like people be drooling over this anime, bro. It's just crazy. Yeah. And I know both y'all is them. I know you're both them, but I'm just like, I don't get it.
And Vivo more them than me. You know what I'm saying? You know that statue in Solo Leveling that was just sitting there, just towering over everybody, just looking in judgment.
That's One Piece.
How Vivo looked at you when you said that. Like One Piece.
Yeah. Like, she did. The air got fucked up after I said that. I heard this.
Well, I can
Everyone
say
entitled to their opinion.
That's true. I would say this with great vigor. Even though One Piece is not in my top 5, I recognize that is the greatest anime story ever told because that is the Star Wars anime. It is. Everything matters every story, every arc matters, and everything connects to each other. Yes, you got
true.
filler.
Okay, that's true.
Right. Because but to the point now, Star Wars gets down to the point of certain items being recognized. One Piece is the same way. There's certain inanimate objects that get recognized. You know what it is. You know what transponder snails are. You know what devil fruits are. You know, hockey. It has its own language. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that. By the time it finishes, and that honestly, that is the greatest challenge for Oda is the actual finish, because the fit and honestly, when I say the greatest story, I believe his aim is to be the most complete story where there's no what ifs, what about isms. Because how many animated have we seen to completion that we had questions about? What about this person? What about this? How about this? One Piece is time to cover every nook and cranny, tie every loose end.
Yeah. No, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I can give it that.
Y'all, I'll be right back. Somebody ring the doorbell.
Okay.
That is the raccoons.
And I hope not. 1 second.
That's what's going on. They got her food for ransom. They're like, yo, like, hey.
Yo, if you ever want to see your food again, bro, you better walk outside with 3 pounds of acorns in a brown paper bag. Yeah.
Like this yours? This it? This yours?
Better bring your ass outside before I leave with it.
Hey man, there's some possums behind me, so I can just leave it here. We can have a whole smorgasbord out here, a whole buffet, dog. That's what we got going on.
Like and the fight scenes are cool too.
Yeah,
I like the fight scenes in One Piece. Don Flamingo is an awesome character.
Yeah,
super villain. So and the characters, you're right. The characters are well written.
Mm-hmm. Now I do think somebody's gonna die though, but you know, a major character gonna die. I think that's what's gonna end up happening.
I think there's a lot of these animes. It's just it gotta happen in order for the story to progress. In order for the protagonist to break that barrier, some crazy gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like in Naruto, Jiraiya had to die. You know what I mean? Neji had to die. Like these major characters had to die before Naruto could like.
Neji didn't really have to die.
Yeah, he did.
Neji didn't have to die.
He didn't. He didn't have to. I guess he didn't have to give himself up and eat it like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, in order for Naruto to progress, and because I feel like after Neji died, that changed the whole course of the Ninja War.
Yeah. I feel like his death.
Neji.
I feel like his death was like, why? But why? It's like, man, like, come on, man. Like, now, I mean, you know, it is what it is, though, man. But check it, man. As far as like gaming news is concerned, man, we got some gaming news out here for you guys, man, because over the past weekend, we had a lot of announcements. And trust me, it took us a few hours to pinpoint some of the biggest announcements, in our opinion, gamings that we're looking forward to. And also, who had the best showcase over the weekend, over this past week. So first things up is we're going to talk about the ROG Xbox Ally X. Man, that announcement by Xbox, man. So how did y'all feel about this announcement?
I'm excited. I want to know how much it is, though.
I don't care. Take it. You can have it. I'm glad I didn't buy the Switch 2. I want this to be my handheld unit right here, bro. This is, but have I not, both of y'all, have I not been talking about this for the last year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have.
for the last year, I've been talking about, man, how great would it be if Xbox and Steam collaborated so that you could play your Steam games on an Xbox platform, since you're already doing that on the PC. I got Game Pass, I got Steam, I got what I need to game, and it's perfect. It works in perfect harmony. And now I got that over here. I forgot about PlayStation. Matter of fact, and I've been a PlayStation dude forever.
Mm-hmm.
When I see PlayStation logos on stuff, I get put off by it at this point.
Why's that?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like what they're doing. See, like with Xbox, look what they're doing.
You sound like a professor when you're explaining.
look what they're doing.
Lecture.
They got a whole different platform for you to streamline your entire gaming experience, not just your Xbox gaming experience, but your entire gaming experience. If PlayStation were to put out something like this, which they probably won't ever, because they don't play well with others.
I mean, they got a PlayStation Portable, which basically you can play your PlayStation PS5 games on, and
it's pretty much
when
your
was
remotely.
the last time anybody has mentioned a PlayStation Portable though?
It's been a little minute.
And like that handheld is not even like you're pretty much have to remote to your console to play it.
Yeah. You could do it from a distance too. I mean, you could
do it from a distance, but it's still like you're still remotely accessing your at-home PS5. It's not a standalone console. You can't use that without having a PS5.
Right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So like with this, I guess as long as you have a Steam account and you got Game Pass and you have an Xbox Live account, you have everything here. Not to mention you still have your browser, like the ROG Ally does, the regular one. The only thing is like it doesn't have the detachable controllers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like as an option, but I don't know, man. I still think that this is like pivotal in gaming in general. This is like pivotal in the industry to have something like this come out.
I like how they it's basically a giant Xbox controller.
Yes, that's exactly what
it's basically a giant Xbox controller. They just added a screen.
Mm-hmm. We're dope.
Yeah. And first of all, like if you look at like each side of it, like how it sticks out, like when I first saw that was a selling point for me. That was like one of the number 2 selling points. I can't say it was my number 1. My number 1, the fact is I had Steam on there. But the fact you holding it in your hand, your hands is not cramping up, and it got the grip for your whole hand. So you can actually play this game without your fingers like cramping up or whatever the case may be. Now, as far as the specs is concerned, now there are 2 of them. There's the Ally and the Ally X. So the Ally got a 2Z8 processor.
Windows 11 Home. That's important. I want you guys to see that as Windows 11 Home is the OS on here. Crazy.
Yeah. And I think they cut it down. They made it more seamless for you to actually pull up different menus and stuff like that. It's not as, I wouldn't say tedious, but it's not as annoying to pull up other like interfaces or whatever the case may be. So they basically streamlining it so you can access, your Game Pass, access Epic Games, access your Steam account, and play your games
about
like
to be $1,000.
Absolutely, it is, because if I'm thinking you got a 1 terabyte, I'm going for the Ally X because I'm gonna need that terabyte. I definitely gonna need that. But The lighter version was 512 gigabytes, was still good. And it says 2280 SSD for easier upgrade. So it is upgradable for more storage?
Yeah, you could probably put like a there's probably like a SD card slot or something like that. I don't know. Oh no, M.2? Yeah, definitely. There's 4. Oh, bro.
So 7-inch screen, 1080p, 120 hertz refresh rate, FreeSync Premium, Corning Gorilla Glass Victus plus DXS anti-reflection. Now the I/O ports that has one USB 4, one USB 3.2, and one X UHS. The Ally only has two USB 3.2s with one X UHS, and it also has Wi-Fi 6. So you can actually like Bluetooth your headphones and stuff like that.
Sweet.
The battery, that was the number one thing for me, was the battery. So the Ally X got an 80 watt, and the Ally has 60 watt, and the Ally X has 80 watt. So I Googled it to like, what is the battery life for this thing? And I think I read like 4 hours or something like that.
And that's, bro, for that kind of processing power, that type of CPU power, that type of draw, like that's impressive.
Yeah. Now, my question is though, like when you think about this, it's volume, right? Because Xbox is about volume. You know, yeah, with the Steam, the Lenovo, the ROG, Asus that's out right now, handhelds, you know, it's a niche audience, right? But now this is Xbox plus, you know, plus Steam, plus Game Pass, plus Epic. Like, you know, do you think they're gonna produce more volume? Like they're just gonna like just mass produce this thing, or it's gonna be niche like the rest?
I don't know, man. I think this has potential to be like Nintendo status, where people just got one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that this has the potential to be probably the best selling one of the, I mean, aside from Nintendo, you know what I mean? But like one of the best selling handhelds probably ever, you know? I think.
Yeah. I mean,
it appeals to way too many people. I mean, like it appeals to way too many people. You get your casual gamers who like maybe they're not always home, but they're not trying to lug around their Xbox all the time, you know, but they play Xbox exclusive titles, or like they don't want to lug their laptop with that big ass power supply and their fans and all that stuff with them all the time, you know. They got that caliber gaming in a handheld, which with that kind of battery life, it just appeals to too many people. You know, your regular ROG Ally, your what was the Lenovo Legion?
The one with the detachable controller.
Yeah, the Steam Deck. Those are pretty much limited. You know what though? I don't know if Xbox Game Pass is available on the Lenovo or
it should. I don't think it's as seamless though.
It's not built for that. That's exactly it. Now this looks like it is built native for Xbox and for Steam, and that's good enough for me. You know what I mean? If it's not like Epic, which I'm sure it is, if it's not Rockstar, which I'm sure it is, there's going to be a whole bunch of launchers available for it. But like, this is like the one-stop shop for handhelds, if you ask me.
Yeah. Now I Googled like the battery life. Now it still remains to be seen like what is the battery life, because there have been some people that actually touched this handheld console and played it. But the ones I've seen, I've never seen them talk about the battery life. Maybe they didn't have it as long or play it to the point where it runs out of battery. But any game that was announced though, it is on day one Game Pass, and it would be on that handheld. Now, if every Xbox game going to be on that handheld, no. Now that what I did find out, but the cloud gaming part of it of Xbox, you're going to have that. So But Steam, that to me, I say number one. That was S class for me. I get Steam and Xbox Game Pass on this. I can play South of Midnight on this. Like, you know,
you can still purchase games though on Game Pass. You don't. There's not all free games are available on or not. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Not all games are for free, obviously on Game Pass, but with the games that you do purchase on Game Pass, you'll be able to play on your device, right? So even if a game is not available on Game Pass, they'll still be available for you to purchase for you to put in your library, right?
Yeah. But as far like every Xbox game, I'm not so sure. Yeah. I did hear them say that not every Xbox game is going to be available on the handheld. But if we talk,
I wonder.
Go ahead.
Because you have Xbox, you have Game Pass for Xbox or console, and then you have Game Pass for PC. So I wonder how. Because I have both of them, and I can't. I don't think I had to buy. I had to buy 2 copies of the game to have it on my PC as well as my Xbox, and so I wonder how they're going to make that work. If they're gonna,
I think it's going to be the Xbox Game Pass part of it, and not the PC side of it, because you got Steam anyway, and Steam always going to have sales every single week. So whatever you don't have on Game Pass. Not unless it's something crazy like NCAA football, which that's an anomaly. But Steam got sales every week, so it's like I can get it on the cheap, on the low, or whatever the case may be. So, I just thought about something. Vivo carrying this and playing Baldur's Gate all day.
That would be me
all day.
Absolutely, it would be me. Like. I know I was saying, this is gonna be $1,000. I'd pay it.
Yeah, I'd pay
it. If I didn't have to carry my gaming computer around with me because it takes up so much space, as much like I am perpetually outside at my big age. And I travel a lot. And so there are times that I want to bring my computer with me, but it's like I don't want to have to carry that extra weight around if I don't have to. So I mean, this would be amazing. I could play all of my favorite games, and it wouldn't take up that much space in my my carry-on or my backpack.
Hey, exactly. it says holiday 2025. The minute this bitch comes out and they give me a date, it's a cop. I'm
leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I wonder if they're going to go the same route like they did with the Switch 2 in terms of like you have to actually, if you pre-order it, you have to like pick it up in store. Or if they're only going to take pre-orders like in store to prevent those like the bots from buying up. Because I mean, like I had to pay twice what my Xbox Series X was worth in order to actually get it, because I had to buy it from one of those resellers.
Yeah.
How did the Switch 2 do? Did they combat the resellers and bots and stuff pretty well?
They sold 3.5. They sold 3.5 million units worldwide.
Damn.
Worldwide. The Verge says
that's crazy.
Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling game console of all time. Now I gotta check my sources on that.
The Switch 2?
Switch 2, yeah. Which is wild because they only gave us one game, and that was like Mario Kart. Everything else was just Switch 2 ports. It was giving you got Cyberpunk
Nintendo
years ago.
Nintendo was like, yeah, we know you like this ish. You gonna buy it.
Like, look at this. Even gonna tax your ass $80 if you buy this thing separate from Mario Kart. You better get it. Better get this bundle.
Listen, I'm about to switch from Apple to Android. I'm still on the fence though.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family, you know.
Do it.
Samsung Galaxy Ultra. Yeah. I'm looking at that.
Yeah. Let me just tell you right now, whenever I'm on trips and stuff like that, My fiance asked for my camera, not her iPhone camera, because she tells me straight out,
same.
Your camera is better than mine. I've been told you that. Y'all are literally 4 or 5 years behind when it comes to tech. If y'all say y'all just got this, we had this like years ago.
Then you could take the little stylus out and set your camera up over there somewhere, control your video, control your camera with your stylus from far
You can do
away.
all that with the stylus?
Yeah. I can take pictures. I can take this out.
Wait, it has buttons on it?
Yeah, right here.
Okay. But then I have to download all of my apps from the Android store.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I have a lot of
It's easy
apps.
money, man. It's easy money. It's easy money. I would never go to Apple. I would never go to Apple. My fiance and kid have Apple products. Like he has an iPad, he has an iPhone. He always asks me, why won't you switch to iPhone? I'm like, nah. For what? Why?
Can't do
Can you zoom times 100 on your camera? You cannot.
You said, can you zoom times 100?
I need to know. I need to know if you can do it or not. Yeah, I got to know.
Yeah, and I did that shit. I was in the country and I literally zoomed in times 100, like long distance. So you can easily, you know what I'm saying? Is it going to be like 4K type picture? Like realistically not, because you like into the grain, like you right here with it. But
Michelle says she's
though.
switching whenever her upgrade comes up. She's going Android.
Yeah. The only reason the green bubble exists is because Apple made it that way. They made an Android text message look unsightly, so that they did that. They could very well not do that. Yeah,
well, I'll still have my my iPad. So
I would get that though. I will say the iPad to me is better than a Samsung tablet. I will say that because of iMovies and stuff like that. I will say that. But
Procreate, like if you're using it for like digital art and stuff like that, man, Procreate is just really where it's at. But I have heard that Adobe Illustrator is like getting better and better and better and better with.
I have to start playing around more with Adobe Illustrator. I've done most of my work in Photoshop.
And honestly, we're going back to the new game announcements and starting with The Expanse. Osiris Reborn, man. Like when y'all saw this trailer, how did y'all feel about it? Y'all got any good vibes from it? Warm fuzzies.
It looks really interesting, and it actually makes me want to go and watch the show that it's based on.
Yeah, which I totally forgot about.
I did too. Was it on Sci-Fi? What was
Netflix, I think.
Really?
It was on Netflix. Yeah, it's like 8 years old.
Yeah,
is it that old? I thought it's that old.
Yeah, it's maybe 5. It's pretty old. I think it's like 10. I think it's like 8 years old, bro.
Seriously,
to be honest,
give or take, yeah.
The
Expanse.
I swear, I
remember the
it has, and I was right. Old Girl from Moana 2 is in that.
For real? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's not on Netflix anymore.
Yeah, this snatched it off, which rightfully so. I mean, it's been out for. Well, I thought it was a Netflix original though, which is that's interesting. I thought that was a Netflix original where it actually.
Expanse.
But yeah, it came out. Yeah, it lasted for 6 seasons. 2015 when it came out.
Wow. Wait.
2015. Oh, it's 10 years.
I think I've seen some of this before.
10
snap! It's been that.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
That's where
okay.
you can find it. Yeah, you can find it on Amazon
I'm gonna
Prime.
go back and watch it. I do remember watching the first few episodes. I don't know why I didn't get into it because it seemed like it was really interesting.
The game looks phenomenal.
Yes, absolutely.
Visually speaking, it looks phenomenal. The voice acting, primo, super premium. I'm excited. The physics look really good in it. And I don't know, like it's my type of game. This is 100% my type of. Just about every game we talking about tonight is my type of game.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the visuals of it. I do like the voice acting part of it. Like Vivo, to Vivo's point, it is prompted me to go back to actually go look at this show, and because I didn't see a lick of this like at all. You know what I mean?
Do we know when the game takes place? Is it after the events of the show?
For what I gather, I don't know. Yeah, it maybe takes place after, but that would be interesting to put it together because the release date is actually TBA, so there's no official release date on this, and it's going to be on PC, Xbox, and PS5. And I first caught wind of this at the Future Gaming Showcase, but very much excited about this. I did see the gameplay of it, and that's what I did love about the showcases. It gave us gameplay. It's one thing to give us cinematics, you know what I mean? Because that don't move me. I got to see some gameplay, like how this thing look, and it did not disappoint. So this is definitely one of them. The next one is Directive 8020.
Lashana Lynch, let's go.
Bro. This shit.
I'm excited for this one.
Off. I know.
What did it give? Did it give you like Dead Space vibes a little bit?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I know we just came off a sci-fi kind of thriller game, but with Expanse. But this one is the one that I for real want to play because
this is leaning way more towards horror. Way more.
That and how dynamic it is in the storyline, is. And some people might not like it, but I like the fact that you don't have to do a whole other playthrough to get to the other endings and have the other playthroughs as you go through, unless you're like on some, I forget what it's called, like hardcore mode or something like that.
Yeah.
Then you can go back and relive those pivotal moments and see how it plays out going the other way without ruining your game.
Low key, I didn't like the fact that you can go back. Like I want those decisions I make to be final decisions because that gives me time to go back and replay it.
Who is the studio in charge?
You can do that in survival. I think there's a survival mode where it is like that.
Supermassive Games. Okay. Yeah, they did. Supermassive is widely responsible for Until Dawn.
That's okay. That's why I was looking at it. I was like, this looks real familiar. Because I think, did they do the Man of Medan? They did. Okay.
They did.
I have the Man of Medan. I started playing that. I'm a little ways into playing that, and so far that one has been. I love these types of games.
And it is a survival horror too. It is interactive, like an interactive drama, because it's like Boogie was saying, is that based off your decisions, what you're going to do with that. And yes, you can go back to a pivotal point and just take another decision. But I don't think it's hardcore mode. It's some kind of fancy word he used, a clever word he used. It was survival?
I'm pretty sure he said survival mode.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that mode you can't go back. Like once you make that decision, that's your decision. I do love games like that because, like Detroit Become Human, which I still haven't finished, but that game is phenomenally good. Which I want another game like that too, like from that same studio. But is Supermassive Games responsible for Detroit Become Human? Because it feels like it is.
I don't think they are. Let me look.
No, they're not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they did like Killzone
but they look phenomenal though. Both of them look. I mean, Detroit for that time, I was like, this looks unbelievable.
Oh shoot, they did Little Nightmares. Okay.
And also, it says gameplay wise, you switch between protagonists, the crew of the colony ship called Cassiopeia, which crashes lands on Tau Keti F, a planet that is 12 light years from Earth, and the surviving crew members are scattered after being brought out of hypersleep early. And their narrative choices, quick time events return, but Directive 8020 also includes a stealth section mixed in. And the inventory system consists of tools that are linked to a multifunctional utility strap on the wrist of the characters. And the strap also contains a shoulder-mounted flashlight with the enemies able to spot the beam when the light is on. And also included on the strap are a scanner that is used to spot an alien that is capable of mimicking the appearances of the crew. And a wedge tool that can be used to open the door as a last resort or to stun an enemy. So wow. Yeah, definitely Dead Space vibe. Definitely Aliens vibe as well.
That's cool. I'm just saying, bro. That's definitely like it's because that's new.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think
I'm excited for this one for sure.
I think right now the whole industry could definitely do with some originality.
Yes.
You know, so and some just something new, something innovative. So it's nice that they have those features in there. I don't know. I think it's cool. I can't wait to play this game. This is probably the one this one and another one are probably the two games I'm most excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And October 2nd is the actual release date, and it's on PC, it's on PS5, and it is on Xbox. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is on Game Pass. If I'm not mistaken. So that's a dub right there. That is a dub. And October is not far off either. So next game was up with Sleep Awake. That was trippy to me. That shit was trippy.
I'm excited for this one too.
Yeah.
So it gave off like Silent Hill vibes for me, sort of. Yeah. And as someone, I mean, I grew up playing Resident Evil. I never really got into the Silent Hill games because I was, primarily Resident Evil, but this game looks so cool. Like it would also be fun to play if one was doing drugs, but
rolling.
Don't do drugs, kids. But regardless, it does to me it just looks amazing. Yeah, it looks super trippy. Just the color palette that they use, how things are characters are fading in and out. Like you don't really know what's reality and what's dream. Like you can't make that that you can't distinguish them. And so the storyline seems really interesting too. So I'm excited for this one.
And as far as the genre concerned, it's called indie action game, and it's called a first-person psychedelic horror narrative experience. Emphasis on the word psychedelic.
First-person psychedelic horror experience.
Yes.
So I wonder if they kind of took so you remember what was it called? Senua's Sacrifice? That kind of had to do with more mental health and how the main protagonist was she was hearing voices and hallucinating while she was going on this journey. I wonder if it's a little bit similar in that vein.
Could be. And there is an indie game that is similar called Stories Untold. Like I did it on my Twitch channel way back when I had my PS4, and it got that 80s retro vibe to it, but it was first person, and you had to figure out puzzles and stuff like that, because they always go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, but it's always eerie. But at the end of it, it was a lesson. At the end of it, like this was your experience because you as a character made this decision. And I was like, wow, I did not know it was going to go that route. So maybe Sleep Awake is like that. Vivo cooking, because I could not put what this reminds me of, and she literally said Silent Hill. I'm like, whoop, that's it right there. That's Silent Hill. Man, this was real, man. But next one up, we got Invincible versus Talk to him. How y'all feel about it?
Boy, I can't wait to bust some ass in this game, bro. I cannot wait for this shit to drop, bro.
Now, as far as a release date, it got 2026. 2026 is the release date on this. And going back to Sleep Awake is also 2026, and that is PS5 only.
Won't be playing that.
No, wait, Sleep Awake is only no.
From what I got, Sleep Awake is PS5, and that's the only thing I saw it on.
Sucks.
They gonna make me buy this PS5. I don't want to buy a PS. Man, okay.
Now listen, it might end up migrating to Steam or migrating over to Game Pass or whichever.
It will,
because maybe it is on Xbox though. Because I felt like I saw that on the Xbox showcase. No, I saw it on the Future.
No, it was on the Future. It was the Future one.
It was the Future one. Yeah, Invincible is 2026, and that's PC, Xbox, and PS5. The thing about this is that the same crew, or most of them, that worked on Killer Instinct, the 2013 one, is working on is this, and it is 3v3 tag. It is bloody. You can't end the combo by knocking someone's head off or their limbs, and you know how with certain fighting games it's like endless loop or whatever. You can break that. It's like a combo breaking type of system where you can tag out. So yeah, I'm getting that. And it better have Battle Beast already there, and it better not be a DLC. Because that is the first mofo I got on my squad, and he's gonna be
Didn't
the first.
Didn't they say that they were making a live action Invincible, and supposedly Jason Momoa was like, they were thinking of tapping him to be Battle Beast, or maybe I was just making that up, and that was just something I saw as a fan created.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything about a live action. I don't even think that's even possible, considering how bloody it is.
Me neither, but I wouldn't hate Jason Momoa as Battle Beast though, if that was true.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, he is slated to be Lobo, and
I can see him as Lobo.
Yeah, the main man. But I can't wait for Invincible Versus, man, and I'm cleaning up. I mean, Omni-Man gonna be in the squad. Battle Beast for sure. What?
Not against me.
Oh, hey, man.
Stream that.
Y'all heard it here first. The first challenge. We gonna see who's gonna be victorious.
I will have none of that slander around here, bro. I know you didn't just
teach a man how to squabble.
Well, man.
Y'all gonna rumble? Y'all gonna rumble?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, challenge accepted. I ain't turning nothing down.
Good.
Speaking of, like on Capcom versus SNK 2, I did go up 2 ranks on that. Even though the PS5 controller is trash to me on 2D fighting games, I am gold rank. Now I didn't make it to gold rank last night, but I'm gonna jump back on it though, because I feel like I play way better on the Switch because of the controls and the analog stick versus the PS5 remote with its pad. I was like, I can't get next to it. But 2026 is the release date for that, and the next one up is Grounded 2.
This looks like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Have you played the first Grounded?
I haven't.
Bro, it is fun. It is fun. It's like, you know how like the Lego games are just fun?
Mm-hmm.
This game is fun, bro. It's like, and the story is fun. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be the same as the first one or not, or if it's like separate. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a nerd, but I'd be thinking about bugs and animals and stuff like that. And if they were like on the same scale as us, they'd be horrifying, bro. Absolutely horrifying.
He said, so imagine, I'd be thinking about bugs and animals.
What? I'm just saying, dog. Like, imagine having a big ass scorpion walking outside in your front lawn.
They have an entire movie on 8-legged freaks. No thanks.
Oh yeah, like that. But
I mean, now if you really want to see some shit, matter of fact, hold on. Let me
Evolution, whatever, that movie that had Orlando
Jones
and one of the Owen
David, not Owen. Was it David Duchovny? Was it David Duchovny?
Was it him?
Yeah, from X-Files. I think it was.
Yep.
Maybe it was him. Maybe it was. No, I tell you what. I tell you the shit you need to watch. You need to watch Land. What is it? Island of Giant Insects. It is an anime. I guarantee you will never wish for that ever again.
Oh no! I don't wish that. I do not wish that. I'm just saying, if that were to be the case, it would be absolutely horrifying.
You will never look at butterflies.
I don't wish that, bro. I don't like how big bugs are now, bro. And I tower over them, bro. You kidding me?
You know, I'm to Australia, dude. They have like spider crossings, and when you run over the spiders, you actually feel the bump.
Nah, bro.
Yeah. Listen, you will never, ever look at butterflies the same way again after watching Island of Giant Insects. See that shit? I watched it. Go watch it on Crunchyroll. I guarantee you.
I will.
I guarantee you.
Island of Giant Insects. I'll watch it.
Island of Giant Insects, man. I'm telling you, you want to kill every butterfly in existence if you see it.
Why? Probably because they poke you with their proboscis and like suck all of your innards out, and then you turn into like a meat suit. I'm guessing that's something along the lines of what happens.
You are definitely. You're almost spot on.
Damn.
See, that tells you I've watched
a lot of crazy shit.
Get your ass pollinated.
Yeah. You've been watching Blood Sea.
I watched too much. I watched too much randomness to be able to not. So, like, I know where this is going.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I was like, oh, when I saw that first, I was like,
oh shit.
Yeah. I could not say
turning into a human smoothie, gusher.
Yeah, first or a gusher. That reminds me of Blood Sea or Blood Plus. I forget, it was one of those two, but there was like this huge rabbit that was like spinning like kids pretty much into like this blender and like just drinking the meat.
Yeah,
soup.
No, that's Blood Sea. That wasn't in Blood Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. That let me tell you something, man. The butterflies.
Anyways, Grounded to
so we went into left field with our
Yeah, we did. We did. Grounded 2 look fun though. It does. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. They definitely give me that vibe.
I like it. Yeah.
So I'm with that. I definitely play that because it's on PC and Xbox only. It is not on PlayStation. So
yeah,
which is probably the reason why I missed out on it the first time. You know what I'm saying? So
I was the biggest PlayStation fanboy. It feels so.
Yeah,
just
I mean, it looks good though. I like the originality of it though. I do like the fact you can play with people. And stuff like that. So I'm with that 100. Yeah, 110% on that one. The next one up is
the Stony Chains.
Outer Worlds 2. How we feel? How we feel? You all right?
Need some milk.
You need some milk?
This shit looks hard. This shit looks dope, bro. This reminds me of like BioShock meets
Borderlands.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Like Borderlands. Yeah. This is fire, bro. I can't. Man, this game looks fun.
Shout out to Game Pass, right? Because Grounded 2 releases on July 29th. You know, just FYI to the audience out there.
Right around the corner.
And Outer Worlds 2 release date is October 29th. So it comes out this year. It's on PS5, PC, and Xbox. And you don't really need to play the first one to understand the second one. And flaws can affect you. I looked at like an extensive direct about this. If there's a flaw when you look into the sun, you do have like a regenerative perk, right? But everything below you looks blurry as shit because you don't stare in the sun too long. And it pretty much ruins the game for you technically because you can barely see because you're fuzzy because you know your vision's fuzzy.
So don't look into the sun is what you're saying.
Don't do that. Okay. And
that's interesting.
If you one of those chronic reloaders after you shoot a gun, like the clip ain't even finished yet, it will ask you, do you want this flaw? Whereas you get a larger magazine when you shoot, but if you run out of bullets, like if you don't reload and you just run out, you get a debuff. Your damage is debuffed.
Well,
yeah.
I think I've learned about reloading like that from playing Helldivers.
Yeah. No. It's telling you now. If you constantly reload, it gives you that perk. You just got to be mindful of you not absolutely running out of bullets before you reload. Like you can still continue that habit, just don't run out of bullets. Otherwise, it's gonna slap you with a debuff.
It's gonna debuff. Got you.
Yeah. I will say with Obsidian, this game looks phenomenal, like you said. I did play Outer Worlds a little bit on PlayStation 4. I literally just downloaded it again and played a little bit of it before we did the show. I'm starting all the way over from scratch, and now I am a scientist. Yes, so which I probably will be a scientist in this one. So you get all kind of cool gadgets and guns. Like there's a gun that can shoot like man-eating worms out. If you're a scientist, you can find that gun. There's one that can shoot out advertisement signs where it distracts the enemy, right? And when they get close to it, you can detonate the droid and just kill them off.
Okay. I did see that actually.
Yeah. So I'm with this 110%. Have y'all played the first Outer Worlds like at all?
No.
Y'all haven't?
Have you?
I'm playing it now.
Okay.
I'm playing it now. It kind of what's it reminds me of? StarCraft, but better. Way better. Like way better.
Really?
And, Starfield. I'm sorry, not StarCraft. Starfield. Yeah. Better. You have your own ship, so that kind of reminds me of Outlaw Star a little bit, like as an anime.
I was gonna say that's a completely different game than I thought it was gonna be.
Yes. But you do travel from location to location, and also on this game, you could absolutely kill every single person on this game. Wipe them off the freaking map. And they probably give you like a psychopath flaw. Or you could finish this game without killing a single person. Like you can literally talk your way out of a conflict every step of the way.
Nice.
So you fully dictate how the story ends. So if your relationship, they said if your relationship like it's kind of rocky with somebody, like in the beginning and middle of the game, once you get to the end, that shit gonna blow up in your face. Like it's gonna get addressed. That kind of thing.
Right.
So, like, would y'all play the first one though? Because it is free on Game Pass, and it's only $9 on Steam.
Does the first one
follow that same attention span?
Does the first one follow that same mechanic?
Yes, like factions, and you can lie, you can persuade.
You can get through the whole game without killing a single person if you really wanted to.
I don't think so about this one. I'm not 100% sure on that. But Outer Worlds 2, you can go through the whole game without, doing that. Or you could do that or whatever. But
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. I'm playing it right now. So far so good. You say you don't have the attention span, Vivo?
Nope.
Speaking of which, have you started Expedition 33? Nope. All right. What?
Me neither. I need to get on that. I ain't gonna.
Yeah,
you're not the only one.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh my God.
Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
Baldur's Gate gonna always freaking be there. You're gonna always be. I'm not saying Expedition 33 name.
I was about to say, yeah. I guess I should.
I'm not gonna say
Expedition 33 before they delete it off the face of the earth. Then, huh?
Yep.
But how long Baldur's Gate been out?
For a minute.
That's not relevant.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Before I said, put it like this: before the whole story gets ruined for y'all, because this is one of the hottest games out right now. It is definitely a game of the year candidate for sure. I don't want that experience to be ruined for y'all, because I feel like y'all want to accidentally run across that on social media somewhere somehow. You're like, what is this? And then when you play the game, you're like, damn, I wish I didn't know that. So that's one of the reasons like y'all might want to jump on this.
Okay. All right.
You know how people is, you know how people are.
Yeah.
the hottest things out, which it is you love RPGs. We all love RPGs. This will take you back to, even though Baldur's Gate is turn-based, it'll take you back a little bit with some new elements, of course. And that story, you're gonna have to make a decision at the end of the game too, by the way. Ooh. And both those decisions are, you got to make the right one. You got to make the right one. Just saying. Next one up is Arc Raiders. That comes out October 30th for PS5, PC, and Xbox. How y'all feel?
The fact that this comes out for all three makes me so happy, and I hope it's crossplay. Because this is pretty. It looks like kind of like a reskinned Helldivers.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
So
is this a looter shooter?
Look like Helldivers to me.
Oh, extraction shooter. Sorry, extraction shooter. So
basically, it's future retro style, because you can tell by the, like, let me go back one, like the colors. You kind of got that retro 80s kind of color to it. So think futuristic 80s style. But it's not your typical extraction shooter, because I seen the gameplay on this, because they did like Tech Test 2 test playing, and it peaked at like 24,000 players, even though it wasn't out there for everybody to play. He was kind of like picked to play it. And put it to you like this. With this game, whatever you have at your house, because you could decorate your residence with the stuff that you find and weapons or whatever the case may be. If you take your shit out there, like the more stuff you have, the more well equipped you are, because it's PvP, PvE. So not only you dealing with the arcs, which is the killer robots out there, you're dealing with other actual players that are out there that either would kill you and take your shit and it's gone permanently, or they will lock in with you and team up and do it. But you don't know that for sure, because they might just stab you in the back later on. Now, also, if you call yourself going to the extraction point at the beginning or wherever, it sets off an alarm across the entire map to let everybody knows somebody hit that button. So now everybody, yeah. So say for instance, we the team of 3, I hit that button. Guess what? Other teams are coming. So either and it's a bunker, because once one of them is like, if the shield's closed, there's a meteor shower coming down, and you're gonna probably eat it. What I mean?
Are those other teams trying to stop you from extracting?
Either stop you from extracting or join you. Because if you get inside and the door is closed, you're safe. But you might be trapped inside with the enemy, and you're still gonna have to kill them off and take that shit.
That's cool,
right? So, you can do a team of 3. You can do solo, from what I understand. You can go out there and I don't know, y'all from a can of paint, and I might see you like, yo, and it's proximity chat. And I'm like, yo, you want to help me out here? I'll give you one of these for that. And as we like this to each other, like, hey, here you go. Also, if you're wounded, you can crawl to a button and actually still hit it.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah. So
maybe not a reskin of Helldivers, but an extraction in itself. I'm down to play.
Yeah. It's not like a. Oh, also, from what I understand, you remember the game, The Finals, right? Because Embark actually did this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Same universe.
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah.
Same universe. Yeah.
Which I downloaded The Finals for PS5. I'm gonna play that tonight, because I'm hearing people like playing that thing like crazy now. Now that this is out.
Nice.
And the next one is, man, this to me, I was geeked when I saw this, and that shit right here, Clockwork Revolution.
Steampunk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This shit looks dope.
Very. I'll let y'all sign off on that. Or I spoke my piece on Arc Raiders. I could be last on that one. How y'all feel about?
I like the way you came in on that one, bro. I like for one, you were like, This one right here, I kind of want to let you go off a little bit because it sounded like you had something you wanted to get off your chest. Like this is something you've been waiting on for a long time, something like this.
Yes, absolutely. You actually hit the nail on the head. This is something I've been waiting on. This is, to me, it's like BioShock dialed up to 11 where you control time. And I love time traveling shit. And from what I gathered from the story, because I looked up from the story that the antagonist, she has control over time. So she can basically revert time to the point where her social status and rule continues. And you, as the protagonist, you got your sands on a chronometer, which is a time traveling apparatus where you can use it as a weapon and you basically rectifying all this other stuff. It is single player and it is action role playing, and it is on Xbox and Windows, but not PS5. Yeah, so that's
crazy because, like, first of all, the costumes.
Yeah, the character designs are awesome.
Yeah, the character design. Yeah, exactly. That is fire. Absolutely fire. Again, the voice acting sounds awesome. And like it's funny how they mesh together like realistic, like the realism in the characters and like the cell shaded kind of animated. It's a weird art style that I haven't really seen in a long time, if at all.
Yeah. The release date is TBA, but I'm gonna be on this shit like white on rice. And it just, and that's gonna go on my Asus Xbox ROGLIX with that damn long ass name, man. Just
hell you. I feel you though. I need one. One.
And I have the it was funny about it on my Switch. I have the BioShock like collector's edition, like on my Switch. So if I'm traveling, I'll hop on BioShock and like start playing that or whatever the case may be. It does remind me of BioShock, but I do love steampunk era, and I do like the fact that time traveling is added into it. And this is an RPG, and you know, I do hope that it is open world. You know, I hope it's like that too, because the only thing we got is the trailer and the gameplay. So
yeah,
hopefully we get more about it or a more in-depth look into it. And hopefully this ain't far off either. And it's using Unreal Engine 5, by the way.
Unreal Engine 5?
Unreal Engine 5. And it's an Xbox Game Studio. So, man, it's a hell of an exclusive to have. Hell of an exclusive. I got to jump on South of Midnight, too. I got to jump on that.
I have that. I downloaded that. I have that in the queue as well.
Yeah, I got to give it its time. But for me, Art Raiders for sure whenever it drops. Outer Worlds 2. Once I finish the first Outer Worlds, I just want to get my understanding of the world itself, or worlds in itself. But Clockwork Revolution was my all-time favorite. That was my favorite announcement.
Was it?
Yeah, that was my favorite announcement. Now, I even add PlayStation in this. Out of the PlayStation State of Play, the Xbox Showcase, and the Future Gaming Showcase, which one you feel like had the best presentation?
Honestly, the Xbox.
What you think, Vivo?
Probably the Xbox.
Yeah, I say the same, but it could have kept that Call of Duty announcement though. At the end, it could have kept that shit. Because I didn't know what that was, and then say, "Oh, Black Ops 7." I'm like, what? It could have been Halo. It could have been another Halo. Which
I don't need another Halo.
I have heard that they're actually doing a remake of Combat Evolved. Not like the Master Chief Collection, but it's like a remake of the first Halo game. I'm hearing rumors.
I'm sorry, they'll never capture the glory days of the old Halo multiplayer chats.
You think so though?
I don't think so. No.
Those shits were crazy, bro. That was the Wild Wild West.
It was right. It was the Wild Wild West.
Out of pocket. Completely out of pocket at all times.
Out of pocket.
And don't let them find out that you're a girl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or Latino.
Yeah. Oh, it's man. It was LAN parties,
bro,
baby.
It'd be some colorful language that'd be out there on them in them parties. And like, yeah, and it really does, man. The air is different at a LAN party.
Yeah, it is.
Then you know what I mean? It's oh man.
Sweaty.
What a time. What a time to be. I really do firmly believe that we had peak childhoods.
Yep.
We did.
Yep.
Peak childhoods. We got to experience everything as it was new. You know what I mean? As like everything was coming out and evolved. Now, I mean, I feel like things can only evolve so much. You know what I mean? It's not like we don't have VR. It's not like we don't have like projection. I'm like, that stuff is like already here. You know what I mean? Like, what else without it being an episode of Black Mirror is really possible? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I absolutely agree.
A brain implant.
Nah, I can't have Elon Musk all up in here.
Yeah.
Can't have all that.
Yeah. No, I can't.
Can't do all that, man. But I will say though, what you about to say, Vivo?
Yeah.
What you about to say? you had
yeah. She had something in the chamber. She said, hold on, I'll wait.
We're not getting shadow banned.
Yeah. Because you know he has his people.
He's beefing right now.
I mean, he's going through a very tough breakup.
Situationship.
Yeah. Complicated. But you're absolutely right, man. Like we grew up on some peak shit. Like we're from Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. LAN parties, I feel like was the peak of the peak. We talking late night LAN parties, yo, like late night going to Subway or going to Pizza Hut or getting a bunch of energy drinks and Sprite and all kinds of shit. It's like hours. People was bringing whole consoles.
And the parents being like, well, at least they're not out in the streets.
Yep.
And
at least they're not doing drugs.
Yep.
Fair, because they just came off of that generation, just came off of that crack era type shit. They'd be like, we just don't do drugs. But it was like the first time, because like I said, kind of like what you're saying too, or what both you guys are saying, it was new. Like LAN parties and hooking up via Ethernet cables and Ethernet hubs and like being able to create like these big ass parties of 8 and 16 and shit like that. Like that was new. And to be able to play that on 4 different monitors, screens, bro, that was crazy.
I don't even know that you can do that anymore with any game. Like you can
with an Xbox.
I think so.
Regular Xbox. You can do that with regular Xbox. And 360 too, I thought.
You could create teams that large. I'm saying I don't know that there's any games that allow you to like create parties that big anymore.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the game, and like some you like in Destiny, you can make a party of like.
I think 6 is the max in Destiny.
Well, I think if you're doing like private matches and stuff like that, like I don't know, maybe you're right. I was just thinking about like the private PvP matches. I think you can have like bigger groups. Maybe I'm tripping.
Oh, that might be true. I'll have to look into that. I haven't turned on Destiny in like 6 months, 8 months.
But like the thing is like to do that, you didn't need an internet connection. Like now you need an internet connection to play the game by yourself type
Right.
shit. You want to
If you
access the
had-
cloud for your saved data, you need to log on. You need to log on.
You
if-
need to
if
pay
you
for
had no
something
internet-
from somewhere.
like cash in my hand. That's what you need right there. But
Mhm.
that did like you didn't need internet at all. All you needed was a phone cable and hook your thing over the back of the Xbox and hook it up to another Xbox and hook it up to another Xbox. And actually, you just need two because
Listen,
it was 4 of you. It was like what 4? It was 8.
They will
Yeah.
never know the struggle of having to sit there and wait as they like to get on to the internet. And it was that dial-up tone, and you had to wait
Yeah.
for it to connect.
Oh,
And don't let somebody else be using the phone because you couldn't then get on the internet.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was
My
bad.
dream is to one day stream an actual like LAN party. Like just stream an actual LAN party because you don't need internet for that shit, except for like the streaming part of it. But I
Mhm.
got an original Xbox right now, and then I mean let the new kids play it too because now you don't have no aim down sights, especially with Halo 2.
Oh yeah,
you just had
yeah.
to know. You just had to know what to do. Unless you had a sniper rifle, that's the only way you was zooming in like that. Or
Yeah,
battle rifle.
there's
Outside of that,
VR.
Woo! Those
made a
sniper
man and a woman
rifles.
out of you.
Yes. Woo!
There's no double jumping. There's no sprint. There's no slide. I think was there a slide? I don't think there was a slide. There was just crouch, and yeah, no sprint is crazy to me now. I don't know how I did
slow as
that.
hell.
Because we were
I don't
legends.
know
man.
how
I
I
watched
did
old
that.
gameplay, and I was like, we were fascinated by this.
We were. We ain't never seen that before, man. We ain't never seen that before.
Mhm.
So crazy because we was legends. We didn't need all that shit. We just knew what we was doing.
It's true.
We was shooting people from across the other side of the map. I'm
Yep.
chucking grenades and still popping somebody. No
Mhm.
plasma grenades was for your ass because them shit stick to
Mhm.
you. It was a wrap.
The stickies were definitely by far my favorite grenades. I rarely used frags. It was all stickies.
My
Yep.
favorite was the energy sword.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that was super unfair.
I was a troll with that.
That's super unfair.
I've seen that cause fights.
Yes. Because all it takes is like, what?
Yeah, you'd be like, bro, you gonna put that sword away, bro, and you just gonna sit there and be a bitch about it, and they'd be like, well,
Your ass is flying across the map.
Wait, I know I have like a clip saved in my Xbox captures where I forgot which one it was. Which game introduced gravity hammers?
3.
Which
I think it was 3.
Halo? Okay. Well, I'm running around one of the multiplayer maps, and I have the energy sword,
Mm-hmm.
and I was, it was like a drive by. Like I would see one, think, keep running. It was so
See,
bad.
oh
Your
man,
They
the body
were
gets
so
contorted. The body gets
No,
contorted
but-
after you get hit.
What was great was the gravity hammer. Is like you hit one, and they would sail across the screen. It was.
it was great.
My
Man,
shit
now
was
I'm about to
was
go
a
back
rocket
and play
launcher.
some Halo because
I
My
do
shit
have the
was-
Master Chief collection on my computer, so I mean, I have all the Halos ready to go right now.
Yeah, I do got the map. Yeah, I got that shit too.
I think I got that on Xbox.
Yeah, because you could download it. Actually, the Game
Mhm.
Pass.
Mhm.
Yes, Game Pass. Yeah, that's a good time. Me personally, I was a rocket launcher. Because if I catch you slipping, you flying easily.
BRs.
I made a
BRs,
beeline for
okay.
that rocket launcher every single
You know what
time.
else was a really good gun was the Needler.
Hey,
That
shit
Needler
was hell.
also caused a lot of fights. That Needler is crazy. That
Yep.
shit is violent work, bro. For real.
half a clip.
Because you-
That's all you need.
Because you thought you got away. You thought you got away.
Like, no. These
No,
needles
no,
follow
no.
you.
You
And if
gotta
enough
wave
hits
like,
you gonna blow up.
What's this pink shit on me? It hurts. It hurts.
Wait, I remember the first time I
Ooh.
played and got shot by one of those. I was like, what the hell?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, that especially if you got the double, because Halo
It's
2 had a
funny.
double joint.
It's funny hearing Vivo talk about the way she plays video games because, like, what
Very
did she
evil,
say?
right?
Very evil. Because we were talking about Marvel, right? The Marvel Rivals game, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you know who I like? and she I don't know who it was who she named, but
Jeff.
it was like
Jeff the Shark, that
The
toxic
most
ass
annoying
fish.
character.
and
Apparently.
as soon as you said it, Ursula was like, "Oh, fuck." He was like, "Oh shit." He's like, "I knew it, because he just be doing this," and then Vivo's like, "Yeah, I want that. Yeah."
I caught an itch, man. She's like, "Oh yeah, it's Jeff."
I want to ruin someone's day today.
You can definitely ruin somebody's day. Get your ass carried off the map.
Yeah,
Listen, it was Halo and Call of Duty.
yeah.
They haven't made a Call of Duty game like Modern Warfare 2 and like. Did I play the
airport,
first
man.
one?
Just the airport.
Rainbow Six was my shooter though.
Yeah, that now Nuketown and the airport was my favorite map on Call of Duty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Called Nuketown, it was an okay corral, bro. You better just be ready.
My favorite place to be in the airport was the back of that plane.
Somebody in the cockpit.
Yeah, no, it was like the cargo area, and there was only like that ladder that they could go up.
Yeah. You see this? This
Wait.
is evil work.
Wait.
That is evil work. She's
what was
loving
the
this
other
shit.
one? It was the wasteland where it was like
Rust?
in the middle. It was like an underground kind of bomb shelter, but the rest of it was like just huge. Yeah, that was also one of my favorite maps. I think I almost got 40 kills on that map one time.
Well, you could crouch at one end of that building or like lay prone, and people who are coming up that ladder or around there, you can just like pick off. And there was a whole back
that's why
area
my loadout was like a sniper rifle. I forgot what my loadout was, but I know I had a sniper rifle, and they kept being extra sloppy. Like I'm sorry, I was a camper. I don't care. Why would I run around the map?
Diabolical
Toxic behavior, man.
Yeah, toxic behavior.
But no, it's like why would I run? Why would I run away when I know you guys are pissed off and you're coming for me? That's just easy kills for me to get from a distance. And the only reason why they got me was because I ran out of ammo. Listen, I was in the little house and I set up my little claymore in front of the door, and then I got down in the corner, and every time I saw them come towards me, I'd shoot them. If one came around the back and tried to get in the building, well, surprise, he got blown up by a claymore. And I did that for about however long the match was, and I think I ended up with like mid-30s in terms of kills. They were so pissed. That entire team was so bad.
We should equally download the Master Chief Collection and play that shit online.
That would be fun.
And stream that shit online, like, because I really want to see this toxic behavior in full splendor, because.
And I want to hear the laugh that comes with it. That's what I want to hear, because right now we're hearing this laugh, but it's not like the actual like action laugh, because those laughs are diabolical.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like those playful, like he. That shit'll piss you off, right?
Yeah, it does.
Should make you suck your teeth,
man.
No. Yeah,
man, there's this woman that she has a baby, and she plays Call of Duty, and she's so toxic.
She's nasty.
I've seen her.
She's nasty. She's good.
She was like, "You got killed by a woman that's holding her baby. Delete the game right now."
Yeah,
I was like, she said it so calmly.
Crazy shit.
Like you fucking
talks the only shit.
Like,
she's crazy.
Like, get wrecked.
The baby like,
yeah.
She got like it's hilarious.
Oh my goodness,
man! But yeah, that should be our mission, man. We should stream like on our channel, like YouTube channel, that some Halo. Take it to the old school, some Halo 2, some Halo 3. Hopefully, there's some people on. Now, we can get down with the get down, see what's going on. But
let's do it.
Check it, man. This is our show for today, man. Y'all got anything else for the listeners out there?
Nope. Thanks for tuning in.
Wash your butt.
That too.
We out till next time, y'all.
Wash your butt. Wash your butt.